This morning, Nintendo unveiled another new trailer for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. This one entitled, Picking Pikachu or Eevee is Only the Beginning. This trailer highlights new environments, another gym leader, and another gym. So let's get rolling and see what we think, Gabe. We're going to kick the trailer off right now and begin, of course, with our lovely Switch and the Gotta Catch 'em All logo, and then female trainer looking very impressed at this beautiful big boat that is about to be revealed as the SS Anne. After we see Goldeen, Psyduck, Staryu, Poliwhirl running through Vermillion City. We'll pause right here. Gabe, I feel like this has got to be your favorite city.
Yeah, hey, you know me. I love going on cruises on giant boats named the SS Anne. I hope to one day have a boat of my own called the SS Anne. Do you remember the boat from Yellow at all?
Yes.
Yeah, same. And now like seeing it in this like gargantuan like stature here is pretty cool.
Yeah, and I feel like you live very close to the water. You're a very electric person, so this fits you well. We'll keep going. And things get very interesting. And again, I just love the styling of this world. Like, yes, the scale is impressive, but I feel like the graphical realization of Pokemon here, as we have said, is the best it's ever been. This boat, very massive. A lot goes down on there, but luckily they continue along and give us some goods inside the ship. And we see here, if we pause, these little emojis from the Pokemon. I like that you can kind of drop Pikachu and Eevee off on top of the boat there and see how they're feeling. And I wonder how many points of interaction there will be, or how many opportunities you have to sort of set Pikachu or Eevee aside and let them, I guess, emote with the world.
Yeah, I'm also curious like what it takes to get them to be anything but happy. I know my Pokemon are going to be happy no matter what, but like what do you have to do?
Pokemon angry? Yeah,
like how do you do that? I want to see what other emotes they have going on there. But yes, that is cool.
It's not going to be a thing, but it would be so sad/cool if you could like anger Pikachu or Eevee to the point that they just abandon you.
Oh no.
That would be a miserable trainer fate. Okay, moving right along, we now get our first look at Lieutenant Serge. He was shown off in a screenshot in the Korokoro magazine yesterday, but now we get actual footage of him, and he is fierce. Definitely upping the ante after Brock and Misty kind of bring, they bring their own charm, but Lieutenant Surge is like, I am going to eviscerate you and your small little mouse Pokemon.
Yeah, something interesting I wanted to point out here, Zach, if you pause right at the 30-second mark, from what we know, in this game, the only Pokemon that Surge has is Raichu. But you see those two Pokemon on two Pokeballs, on his belt. Could that indicate that there's maybe more? We know in Yellow, he did only have the one Pokemon. I wonder if they're changing that up at all with those Pokeballs there.
That is an interesting little sleuth in there, Gabe. And I do not know. Yellow, he did just have Raichu, like you mentioned. Maybe these balls are just for show. Maybe he's trying to intimidate you. But again, I love the way that they have improved upon the gyms. I like the ripped posters. I also like how Serge has like kind of horribly layered these posters. They don't really like match up. He hasn't lined them up perfectly. It's just like one is kind of ripped, and then he let's put another one over it. You have the trash cans in the background. We don't get to see the lead up to Serge here, but as we know from past games, it will be sort of a maze of those barrels/trash cans leading us through trainers and eventually to Surge to fight him and his Pokemon, or maybe multiple Pokemon. But we see him with the Raichu there, so I gotta believe that that's what he's gonna do, is just drop out that one and battle there. But again, Team Rocket shows up, and they are fancy. I feel like Jessie looks very creepy for some reason. There's just something about her face that kind of scares me. Maybe it's that they have very elongated faces. Like your trainer is more like square-faced, and yet here come Jessie and James with these like very oval heads.
Yeah, and like their eyes like kind of like freak me out a little bit.
Yeah, very evil. Like, are these Jessie and James, or are they Dragon Ball villains? I'm not quite sure. They throw out their classics. James with his rose. We bring out a little coughing, a little Ekans action, and they then battle against Pikachu and Pidgey. Things get really interesting from here, though, Gabe, because Mega Evolutions are introduced in full-on footage, which is a new thing that we're getting in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Not the Mega Evolutions, but the fact that they are modifying what we came to know in Yellow and bringing these Mega Evolutions into the game here. Now, I'm going to take this moment to pause and talk to you about something separate, which is a rumor that appeared today PokeJungle was covering it, and it is from the Chinese Riddler, who is a well-known Pokemon leaker. He had some correct information leading up to Pokemon Sun and Moon, and here they come in with a theory that there are going to be a boatload of more Mega Evolutions in this title. Golem, Machamp, Raichu, Jinx, Starmie, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Arbok, Weezing, Persian, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Dragonite, Mr. Mime. This would be a huge deal, not only because it adds to the ensemble, but also because it would continue to establish differences between Yellow and Let's Go.
Yeah, and that's something that people have been sort of on the fence about. Mega Evolutions are such a Gen 6 introduction, right? That's a Gen 6 thing. And now they're bringing it over, and people don't know quite how to feel. I've seen the sentiment that, hey, the more random Pokemon have Mega Evolutions, it's less special. So I can kind of see how that works. We don't even know how it's going to work in this game in particular. There are stones that you're going to need to do this. And for anybody unfamiliar with Mega Evolutions, although I don't think there's many of those people here, it's a temporary change. So yeah, I do wonder how so much of that's going to work with this new rumor. Do you think that's real? Do you think they're going to add so many new ones?
I think it would be a fantastic way to placate the hardcore a bit and bring in some new things. I think it would be super smart. PokeJungle brings his own speculation here and says that he thinks there's actually a logic behind this list if they are all going to be incorporated into the game, saying that the Elite Four and Champion all have at least one Pokemon from this pool in the original Yellow. So he mentions that Lorelei had Jinx, Bruno had Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, and Machamp, Agatha has Arbok, Lance has Dragonite, and Blue, your rival in the game, had one of the three original evolutions, Vaporeon, Jolteon, or Flareon. He also mentions that Team Rocket, who we do see in this trailer, and Giovanni use Arbok, Weezing, and Persian in their battles against you. So it's not just a completely randomized list. There is sort of a structure to it, and all the Pokemon do fit in. And I think it would be super awesome if these new Mega Evolutions were incorporated sort of endgame style as a reward for the hardcore, as a reward for getting to that point, and as just kind of a surprise. It would be nice to see, and I think it would be a fantastic evolution. I know tons of people aren't that thrilled by the whole Mega thing, but new Pokemon in any capacity, that's got to be a welcome addition.
Yeah, for sure.
We know we're getting the one, but now this would add a bit more to that, and that's always a good thing. So we'll continue on here. Mega Charizard throwing some power at Mega Venusaur, or just Venusaur, I guess. Mega Blastoise, Gabe, I know that's your favorite, with his gigantic power aboard his back, and then the trailer wraps with the box art, which I've seen some people be like, we kind of hope this was placeholder box art, but no, these are in fact
the
this
actual
is not
box changing arts. Yeah,
I do wish that they were a little more dynamic, but I think it's trying to just evoke the welcomeness, the natural feel of Pikachu and Eevee. It very much to me is like a Pokemon Go type thing. That's the sense I get. You're out in the world chasing Pokemon, go. You know what I mean? It's not a very stylized box from my perspective. Anyhow, the trailer itself, though, I think does show some cool stuff, and I do wonder if by the end of this marketing cycle, we'll see all the gym leaders. That sort of seems to be the progression that they're following, is revealing them one by one. So if that is the case, next up will be Erica, and we will take our talents to Celadon City. In the meantime, everybody, let us know how you feel about Mega Evolutions being officially confirmed, what you think about the Chinese Riddlers list, and if that would excite you and add enough to get you going, even though this is a beginner-friendly Pokemon title. And then any other nuances you notice. Jesse James looking real fierce, and I really like where this is headed. Still pumped to buy the game, Gabe. Still pumped for November. Still pumped to play it. I do think after the Smash Direct and the more we see of this, it's going to shape up to be a killer sales year for Nintendo, and it should also be a killer fun year for Switch owners.
Yeah, I completely agree. My excitement for the game has not waned like a lot of other people, and I'm looking forward to it being released.
I do hope that if Lieutenant Surge has his singular Raichu, that the rules for him are very basic, because we don't need it any easier, guys and girls. Let us know your take in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest and greatest from the Switch and from these two Pokemon titles. We've got you covered with whatever comes next. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching. Fantastic day. You can follow us on Twitter and Discord. We've got links in the description. And for myself and Gabe, Switch Force out.